Hey, this is Kat from Red Mountain Shaman, and I share shamanic wisdom through dreams, visions, nature, synchronicities, intuition, channeling, art, music, photography, and shamanic journeys.
Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the past predictions or prophecies that I've had come through from the spirit guides that seem to be unfolding now. So last week I talked about the white swan event and how some people might see this as a black swan event or a negative event, and some people might see it as a positive event. And then how Enoch appeared to one of my clients as a white swan, and I thought that was really interesting. And then a couple days later, the Pope passed, and that is definitely like a huge event that some people could see as a negative thing or a positive thing. So I thought that was really interesting. And then the same day also, Mr. K. Schwab stepped down and is being investigated. So it does seem that a lot of interesting unfoldments are happening right now. So I felt like really compelled to go back to the book of Enoch, which I have a video if you want to go back on that. And I think it's called, if you want to scroll through, just click on my videos and then scroll through. And I think it's called Enoch and the Wicked Being Removed or something like that. So I just wanted to read a couple passages about this theme of the wicked being removed. And I don't really like to use AI, but that's just kind of all that comes up when you Google stuff now. So that came up as the book of Enoch describes a time of tribulation when the wicked and ungodly will be removed and the righteous will be saved. Enoch prophesies about this in future events where the righteous will inherit the earth while the wicked are punished. And the key passages, I'm just going to read some here real quick if you're not familiar with Enoch. Enoch 1:1. The words of the blessing of Enoch wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous who will be living in the day of tribulation when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. And this also brought me to one of the biblical scriptures about the wheat and the tares and how that, or the wheat and the weeds, and how I think it was Yeshua who said, let them grow together until the time of harvest, which I believe that time of harvest is coming very, very soon. I just have this feeling that it's coming. It's around the corner. And so the day of harvest is when the wheat and the weeds will be removed. The weeds will go into the fire and the wheat will go into the barn to be harvested. At least that's how it kind of explains it. And I feel like this is a metaphor for the separation of the wicked and the righteous. Then in Enoch 1:8, it says, then shall all belong to God, be happy and blessed, and the splendor of the Godhead shall illuminate them. In Enoch 1:9, it says, and behold, he cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all and to destroy the ungodly. Enoch 5:7, the elect shall possess light, joy, and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. Enoch 1:3, the holy great one will come forth from his dwelling, and he will come to save the elect. And there's a couple more. There's quite a few verses on this topic. Enoch 1:6, for all things are under my power and under your hands, and I shall cause them to be in the way I have told you. Enoch 1:7, and he who will come forth from heaven is called the Son of Man. And then additional details, Enoch's vision includes a time of tribulation and judgment. The wicked will be punished and removed from the earth. The righteous will be blessed and inherit the earth. The Holy One will come forth from his dwelling place to save the elect, and the angels will witness the events. So I've said before, I really think that the Bible has been severely edited and many things have been taken out of the Bible, including the book of Enoch. And I find this very interesting that the people who were in control, the Council of Nicaea, the kings, King James, these people have really severely edited down the information that's in the Bible. And then what remains is what they decided, what wanted to be in there. So it's interesting that this stuff has been taken out. So I think there's something to it. I keep being led to this book by Spirit. I'm going to keep going here and look at my notes. So yeah, if you're not into reading it, you can just go on YouTube and there's like some audio stuff of the Book of Enoch if you're interested in seeing more of that. I do think it's for our time. Okay, so a couple other things prophecies that I've kind of made through the guides are seeming to start to come to light, or at least be talked about now. Trump laid out a tax elimination for those making less than 150 to 200,000, and you can go back and watch my video called IRS Shakedown from last year, I think it was. And then this week, 2 judges were arrested, and then another judge stepped down a few months ago. And you can go back and watch my video called Justice is Coming for the Justice System. I think that was also from last year, when nobody was talking about this. In fact, when I brought this up to people, they would say, oh, how can we move forward with justice if all the judges are corrupt? Well, the justice system needs to also have justice come for it. So I think Great Spirit is moving his hand across that system and purifying it right now. And another thing that I saw, excuse my voice, I have a little bit of allergies or a cold or something going on right now. So in other news, blocking out the sun in the UK, which nobody has voted on or given consent to. And then interestingly enough, I had this little video of this turtle pop up on my feed after I saw that. And this turtle was kept inside in a kitchen for 50 years, not being able to have any nature or sunlight. And the pigment in the turtle was supposed to be bright and colorful, and it literally like just turned white. Its feet started kind of like getting all dried up so it could barely walk. And I guess this turtle was rescued, and they had from a turtle rescue who had a pen outside. And once it started going outside, it started coming back to life, and the sun, it was able to be in the sun and grounding in nature. And it looked like a completely different animal. The pigment didn't really come back, but it really is starting to be rehabilitated and was in the process of being rehabilitated. So it's not quite there yet. But I just thought this turtle was really a great example of how important the sunlight and nature is, and grounding with the earth, and how that really is a symbiotic process with our natural bodies and how we need that. And if you want to go to my video, I think that video from last year or the year before is called The Real Reason They Want to Block Out the Sun. Okay, so now I'm also noticing that people are starting to talk about 0 point, and this is like on alternative news channels that I watch, and free energy. And if you want to go back on my predictions on that, you can go through my videos. And Nikola Tesla, I've channeled him a few times, and he's talked about that this is coming. I do feel that it is coming. It's getting sooner. And in a session, I saw that there were many papers that were patents that had been suppressed, and I think those patents are going to come forward. And then I also saw that there's also even like some new technologies that have never come forward or been introduced to humans on this planet yet that are going to also be coming forward by those who are kind of in a position or in contract to bring forth those new technologies that will really help humanity. I noticed another strange thing was a plane disappearing. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that was very interesting. And then I had a synchronicity from last week's channeled message from Yeshua about the pumpkin being turned into the magical coach. And I feel that this magical coach is kind of a metaphor for our avatar or our light body, and that this is our chariot, that we move around in on this earth and in other dimensions, or the Merkaba. And then interestingly enough, a channel that I really enjoy is Tarot by Isabella. Some of her stuff has already come about, so I really think a lot of her readings are pretty accurate. And 2 days later, after I gave that message from Yeshua, she got another message about the Cinderella metaphor. So you can go watch her video if you want, Tarot by Isabella, and it's the reading with the jade crystal ball. So I thought that was a really interesting synchronicity with her. And it was, like I said, within days of each other. Then in another session, I saw a candy cane just appeared in my third eye. And I was like, what the heck? What is that about? And then Yeshua was guiding that session. And he just said, just confirmation that April is indeed the true Christmas season when he was born. And it is also the true New Year. So it is springtime that we are enjoying these energies. So that is what's been inverted, and the truth is coming back through his words. The second confirmation of this, the Maui fires, is another session. I had these tropical flowers kept coming forth in the session. It was like a bird of paradise, and I think it was a hibiscus, and I just kept seeing all these flowers coming forth. I'm like, do you know what this is about, to the client? And she finally said, oh, well, I have a family member whose house burned down in these Maui fires, and he's currently fighting the insurance system. And so I was told in that session that justice is coming for the insurance fraud that's going on. And I also think that the celebrity that lives on that island, she has a show with the name that starts with O, that she's going to be in the news. And I got this a few months ago too, so not sure when that's going to be coming out, but I think it will come out. So another thing that's been happening in sessions is that the divine feminine guides have been coming forward in pink robes. And I noticed that last week I did a photograph with all these pink flowers and pink crystals. If you want to go back and watch that if you missed it. But I do feel that this pink light, and I've seen this pink light surrounding the earth, and I think it may even be coming in as a pink light that we can maybe see with our physical eyes eventually. But I feel this pink light is related to the balancing out of the inverted patriarchy and bringing into balance the divine feminine and masculine. So I think that's going to be coming forward as well. I think that is it for my notes. And an interesting thing happened today. Me and my husband were just kind of taking a little rest after we did a hike. And this video came on, and it was about Moses and him kind of using his white magic in order to transmute the black magic that was being used against his people. And as we were kind of sleeping, this video kind of went on a loop, and it kind of kept repeating, which doesn't really happen to us on YouTube. That was very strange. And so today, when I was grounding and centering myself and breathing, I was reaching out and seeing which guide wanted to come in for today's transmission and channeled message, and it was indeed Moses. I think he was trying to get my attention today. And this is what I typed out as I heard his words. Beloved daughter of the Most High, I greet you this powerful day of change and transformation. The heavens are watching what is transpiring upon earth. There are many beings of light surrounding you and the planet at this time. The dark forces have been put on notice, just as I put the corrupted leaders of Egypt on notice. In those days, we would use the term stiff-necked for those who refused to lead in righteousness and allow the people their divine sovereignty. And do you remember what happened? Great judgment came upon those who denied the Creator and refused to turn from their abhorrent ways. In your modern terms, we would call these ways crimes against humanity. And the crimes I speak of are many. Crimes of causing deliberate wars and infighting. Crimes of silencing the tongues of those who speak truth. Crimes of transporting humans. Crimes against the innocent ones who cannot speak for themselves. Crimes of corrupt judgment in favor of the perpetrator rather than the victim. crimes of slander, fraud, and power abuse, crimes of medical tyranny and the covering of scientific data, crimes of poisoning the earth, the air, the water, the food, and medicine, crimes against animals, and crimes against the creation of the Great Spirit, crimes which have distorted this organic creation and has brought about what some would call transhumanism. These abominations will be seen and dealt with by the one true God of all creation, and restoration and balance will be brought back into harmony as the great exposures continue. 2025 is indeed a peak year for this unveiling of truth, for all must be seen in order to be purified. As free will has been the modus operandi in this last cycle on earth, please note that it has usurped the free will of others. The free will of these archonic forces that are restricting the free will of the righteous will soon be eliminated, for their time is coming to a close, and justice must be balanced with mercy. And it is the mercy of the Great Spirit that will show its hand in order to bring justice to the oppressed and downtrodden. For it has been prophesied that the pure in heart will be the inheritors of earth, and thus it is so. The process has begun, and it cannot be stopped. The time draws near when the words of our great and mighty brother Enoch comes to pass. We have highlighted the book of Enoch in order to draw attention to his warnings at this time on earth, for his prophetic writings draw nigh. It is universal law that has been repeatedly broken, and justice will now be pursued by the Most High. The warnings have gone out, and soon the liberation bells will ring for the people of the Most High. The righteous are gathered as the flock under the mighty wing and protection and reassurance of the great I Am. I also reassure you that this book has been hidden from the main body of Christed awareness and removed from the canon of writings known as the Bible through the very archonic forces that seek to deceive, control, and remain in their seat of corrupted power and inverted thrones. But as you can see, many of these false rulers and leaders are being unseated and exposed for who they truly are, and this will continue peaking in the year of 9. For in the year of 10, there will be a new beginning and rebirth of magic, wonder, and amazement. It is a rebuilding from the ground up, as the old foundations are being removed so that new structures can be rebuilt. The solar codes of a new consciousness stream in, and no matter how they try to block the light, it will continue to purify with its powerful rays of truth. The sword of truth is a swift judgment that will have its way with lies and deceit, as you continue to witness before your very eyes. The life force that has been drained from you is returning in spades. Allow the body to soak up the rays of the sun and transform the carbon to crystalline within you. Rest when you need it. Drink clean water. Eat clean, fresh food. Set your prayers and intentions morning and night for continued protection and justice within our world. For it is at hand, and the last fiery darts of those who seek to manipulate and control are being hurled as the birth of a new earth is crowning. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Your bodies are changing, the earth is changing, and old systems and power structures are changing. All that is not in alignment with divine sovereignty and freedom and truth is being purged, seen, and purified. As this purification continues, stay grounded and connected to the Creator and nature. Let your new energy flow. Do not give up on your dreams. Allow for play and laughter
and wise up to the continuous flow of misinformation from the news of the old guard. The news of the new guards are the ones to watch, as they now have been given freedom of speech within the White House platform. Watch them for continued exposure of truth as all deception is revealed and the curtain is pulled back on insurance fraud, banking fraud, and celebrity crimes. Nothing in this old energy will remain. Every stone shall be turned over. You can run, but you cannot hide from the one true, all-knowing Great Spirit. What is taking place is unprecedented. What will be uncovered is nothing short of the greatest apocalypse in history. And what is an apocalypse, you ask? It is simply the unveiling of truth. It is the ending of the old paradigm or cycle, and soon the beginning of a new earth will show its transcendent splendor as humanity reaches up towards a new renaissance of co-creation. And this will be so, for it is already transpiring. I am Moses, he who transmuted the darkness of the controllers in my time, and I tip my staff to you who are transmuting the darkness in your time. You, the white magicians of Mu, who have indeed returned from the harmony and glory of Lemuria in order to bring back these codes you have long held within you, laying dormant until such a time as this. The time is now, as you participate in the unfolding of this new world. The whales sing from otherworldly dimensions, and the dolphins laugh and play. The high priestesses and priests will be flooded with memory deeply encoded for the release as this new cycle births forth a new creation. Let it be so.
Thank you, Moses. We appreciate those words of your deep wisdom. So he said the year of 9 will be the peak of the apocalypse. So 9, like 2025 equals 9, and 9s are ending. And then he said the year 10 is a new beginning and a rebirth of magic. And a 10 is a 1 or a start, a rebirth, a new chapter. So I think that I wanted to ask Moses to draw some cards and see if we could get some confirmation on this information. And the deck that he chose was Archangel Power Tarot Cards by Radley and Valentine. So interestingly, 2 cards flew out, and they're short, but they both had 7s in them. And the 7, I believe, is connected to the mystic, the magician. And I definitely consider Moses to be like a shamanic magician and mystic. And the 7, these are both major arcana cards as well, so super positive. So the first one is 7, the Chariot. The Chariot is an indicator of great determination and willpower. You may feel uncertainty regarding your situation, but you have no need to fear. When this card is present, it's your confirmation from the Archangel Metatron that you have what it takes. Step out of your comfort zone and charge bravely ahead with joy and confidence, which is connected to the joy of the dolphins and the whales, I feel like playtime. Like, I think it'll help us move forward throughout this time of collapse if we can move forward in more joy and with the energy of the dolphins. A great leap forward is coming your way. It will take balance, self-control, and hard work, but you're ready for the task at hand. Public recognition for your success is sure to come. Allow yourself to feel pride in what you accomplish. Additional meanings of the card are career advancements, diligence, calm control over equally important but conflicting goals. Archangel Metatron oversees the Merkaba, or Metatron's cube. This magical creation is also called the Chariot of God, and is displayed on the front of the chariot depicted on this card. Focus on the image of the Merkaba, and then call upon Metatron when you have a desire you wish to see to come to fruition. He can help you manifest a successful result in record time. And lately, I've also been getting information coming through in sessions about our body changing, our Merkaba upgrading, healing coming forth. And it's a process. It's not overnight, but I do think that this is coming. So the second card is number 17, the Star. Now is the time to have great faith and hope. This star shines in the heavens and as inspiration and has an affirmative sign to you that your plans can be viewed with enthusiasm and confidence. If you've been experiencing challenges, you can rest assured that your difficulties will quickly fade into the past. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's the star that can make you wish upon. The most important element for your success is believing in yourself. Archangel Jophiel can help you see how this moment is in your life. Feel inspired to make long-term plans and know that you'll be successful. So another thing that's been coming through a lot in different sessions is dreams, holding on to your dreams, visualizing your dreams and the life that you want for yourself, and all things that come into manifestation in the realm of matter start within the mind. So additional meanings of this card: a dream come true, renewed purpose, following your intuition, and faith in yourself. Archangel Jophiel's name means the beauty of God. She excels at beautifying any situation or challenge that has arisen. You can also call upon Archangel Jophiel in times of joy and gratitude to help you anchor in your heart in the positive energy of the moment. I love that. So calling upon this angel to anchor in our dreams, our gratitude, our joy, and having her to help us bring to fruition these dreams that we have. And I've been talking about this, like anchoring in our dreams, bringing heaven to earth for years now. So I think this is getting closer. And if you'd like your own channeled message or you'd like your own session with me, please go to redmountainshaman.com and you can go to my contact page to learn how to book a session with me. There's very specific instructions on there if you want to follow those. And if you want to text me and you're out of the country, I do use WhatsApp. I sometimes take a little bit longer to get to WhatsApp, so please be patient with me. I will go and check those messages as well. I'm a little bit quicker to respond if you just do a regular text to me, but I will eventually get to you. And if you want to press the like, subscribe, the notification bell, and leave a comment, all of these things really help me, especially if you can't afford a donation. And if you have donated, I deeply, deeply appreciate it. It helps me to keep making these videos. But if you can't afford that, any of those other things really help to get my channel noticed and get these messages out to more people. So I appreciate either one. So thank you. I'm sending you all love and gratitude for being here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the rest of you and our community here. So I'm sending you all love. Until next Sunday. Take care.